Why? Sorry about that. That was a pause because it was taking so long to go live. I was like, whoa, is this ever going to happen? Okay. Uh, yeah, like my title says, Black Republicans. Tell me about Black Republicans. Why are you shocked when black people, when there are black people going to vote for Trump? And I'll tell you why. And I'm tell you why there should be no shock, no such surprise. It's like all people supposed to vote like Democrat. Not all white people vote Republican. Not all white people vote Democrat. Not all white people vote Independent. Right? Am I right or wrong? Correct me if I'm right or wrong. But here's what people don't want you to understand. Oh, it's such a shock when black people vote Republican. But here's the reality, and I've been saying this for years, that you have two factions. You had two factions of the Republican Party, right? You had the liberals in the North and the conservatives in the South, right? One party. That's what we talk about. Um, then the Republican Party came along, right? They were, I guess you could say they were more like moderate, right? Progressive moderate, and so on and so forth, right? Um, so now, that being said, during that big that insurrection that they called the Civil War, during that time, um, shortly after, during Reconstruction, after the abolishment of indentured servitude, after that, you had Republicans, right? You had Democrats in the South, right? That were conservative. Remember this term, conservative Democrats. Liberals in the North, conservatives in the South, right? That's one party, Democratic Party. So they wouldn't allow black folk, the emancipated black folk at that time to join the Democratic Party. They just wouldn't. So what did the black folk do? The black folk, well, we went and did the next best thing. We joined the Republican Party. That's right, black folk. We joined the Republican Party. That's a shocker. Shouldn't be. Here's another thing that shouldn't be. All those townships that you heard that were burnt down, all of the people that was massacred from Rosewood, Wilmington, across Tulsa, Oklahoma, and all the other umpteen number ones of black townships that were burnt down, all those black Wall Streets, because it wasn't just one, it was multiple ones, right? By Republicans, black Republicans. That's crazy, right? Oh, I ain't got that in there. I ain't got that. That's not in the history books. That's not true. Oh, it's not true because it's not in the history books, right? Just like a lot of other information is not in the history books, right? Because it's been whitewashed. It's been sanitized. It's been whitewashed and it's been sanitized. And here's the problem. Here's the problem that a lot of people don't want to grasp onto. You should not be shocked. And that's what I'm telling you. You shouldn't be shocked when Republicans vote for Republicans. I mean, they can't tell me what policies that the Republican Party has put together for the past 60, whatever, 80, 90, 100 years. They can't tell me that. 150 years. They can't tell me what policies that they have put together to make black folk lives better here in this nation. They can't. They go back to the default lie, what I like to call the default lie. The Republicans freed the slaves. That's a lie. Excuse me. That is a lie. Of mag of vast and great proportion. And why do I say that? But the history books, I know what the history books say, but the history books are lying to you because it was not the Republicans that emancipated black folk in America. It was Republicans and Northern liberals. Republicans and Northern liberals. And why do I say this a lie? Because if you do something, you work on a project with somebody, say you did 50% of the work, right? Or y'all work in a group, but only this one person getting credit for it. And they keep giving them credit for it. And the person like, yeah, I did this. And eventually you're gonna look at the person and whoa, I helped out. Oh, but no. Then that person's lying. That's a lie. The big lie is that the Republicans freed the emancipated or the, the indentured servants slaves in the South. That's a lie. It is a total lie. Now, if they said the Democrats, if they said the Republicans and the Democrats, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, now you're talking truth. But black conservatives, sorry, black Republicans, you don't even know that. They jacked your party. They jacked your party. Who? The conservative Democrats jacked your party. When the conservatives started to vacate the Democratic Party, they started what's called the Dixie Party, the Dixiecrat, or the Dixiecrat Party in like 1948. No black folk was allowed in that party. It was old Southern carry the flags and stuff like that. You got Old Glory, but you also got the other. You got the Southern Confederate flag too. Mostly the conservative Confederate flag. Those are conservatives. You know who they were before that? They were, get this, they were the Democrats. They were the Southern Democrats, the white nationalists. Is that sinking in? Is that sinking in? Be clear about this. Be clear about this. I'm not shocked to see that Republicans are convalescing or coalescing around Donald Trump. No, because they have no moral, no true moral compass. They have let it all go. They will believe anything. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win this. For who? You gonna win? No, you about to lose, dog. You about to lose. You about to win it for that man, for Trump. That's what you're about to do. And you want to attack somebody who is obviously the more qualified, capable, and superior person who just happens to be a black woman. She just happens to be a black woman. And that stuff, that cliche term y'all use, oh, I voted for Barack Obama in 2012. Stop it. Stop it. We know what the deal is. You so-called conservative Republicans, black conservative Republicans. Now you just calling yourself black conservatives. The masses still feeding you dog food and you eat it. They still feeding you scraps off of the table. And you like acting like that's a great meal. They give it to you after they feed the dogs. And you act like that's a great thing. Well, look it up. You calling me if you think I'm not 100%, or I don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Just research. The liberal Democrat, the northern liberal Democratic Party, and the Southern Democratic Party. Look at their ideologies because that's what determines what a party stands for. The ideology. And when you get conservative, a lot of good white people, because they don't know about conservatism and American conservatism, because there's conservatism all over the world, but they don't know about American conservatism. When they said Democrats own the slaves, yeah, Democrats. But what was the ideology? They were the conservatives who left the Democratic Party in 1948 and then started to take over to jack the Republican Party, whose ideas and values were similar to that of the libertarian. And the reason why I said similar to that is because they use those talking points, but then when they get in power, their position is to give the power back to the very wealthy. George Bush once had a joke at one of those dinners, like the one I think the Catholic Diocese in New York, and he goes, "Oh, well, my favorite crowd, the haves and the have more." That was like it's like a regular little joke, but he was dead point accurate, serious on that, dead serious on that. Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan, the one who really put the nail in the coffin or sealed the deal with the conservatism, right? Ronald Reagan engaged in the biggest shift of wealth in American history. Because as soon as he got into office, he gave this these humongous tax breaks to the very rich, individuals and corporations, to the very wealthy. And they called it Reaganomics, predicated on trickle down economics. Oh, if the richer they get, the more they'll spread it out. Black conservatives, right? That's where your party is. You've been jacked, alienated, and kicked out your own party. You think you're a black Republican? You ain't a black Republican. You don't know what you are. You go up here calling yourself conservative. When it was the conservatives that held our forefathers in chains and didn't want to let us go. It was the conservatives. That's right. The Republican Party didn't turn conservative until after 1948 when the Dixiecrats was a failing, became a failing party, and they just went all out and took jack the Republican Party, just like MAGA has jacked the Republican Party. And now you call yourself MAGA. What the hell is that? Make America great again. That's what they call it? Serious? Unemployment for black folks at all-time low. That's right. Inflation is nearly is at a level that's 33%. Sorry, only one third, not even one third of what it was a few months ago. You think about that. Inflation. And the only reason why it's so high is because of price gouging. When the prices went up for goods and services, all that stuff jacked up under COVID, understood. But now that COVID's not a major issue no more, why haven't they dropped the prices? We saw this happen for those who remember when this happened with the oil prices under George Bush. They took the oil prices, the Saudis took the oil prices to astronomical heights. Are you feeling me? Or you think you're in a word salad? Well, let me wrap this up. In fact, the same thing is going on. They're using these same tactics, the same tactic that Ronald Reagan used. Yes, the same tactic that Ronald Reagan used 40 plus years ago. Ronald Reagan ran on inflation. And then when he got in office, he he added more money to the national debt than the presidents from FDR, all the presidents from FDR, all the administration from FDR through Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan added that much debt. Donald Trump added more debt to our economy in his one term, $8 trillion black Republicans, than Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, George H.W. Bush, and Bill Clinton. He added more to the national debt than George Bush did in his two terms. And George Bush damn near ran this whole economy into a recession. He ran more debt than Barack Obama did in two terms. One term. So all you black Republicans, you do the math. You try to explain to me or explain to yourself how you follow somebody who's as reckless as that person because he claims to be the victim. He claims to be the victim. And because you or emotional, get you all emotional about it. You feel like, yeah, I'm gonna support him because I go through the same thing you go through. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's a lie. Again, a lie. You know why it's a lie? Because you get charged, we get charged for stuff just for being alive, just for walking down the street, driving a car. He got charged with stuff because he committed crimes. That's why he got charged. And if you use those same arguments that he's using, waging this war, if you use those same arguments in the court, guess what? Just like him, you're going to get convicted. Only you ain't going to be walking around. You're going straight to jail. I just want to say that so I could wrap this up. Black Republicans, I'm not shocked when they say black folk are supporting the Republicans. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked if people say that, well, you know what? He's a strong guy, tough guy. And they ain't never seen anything to make him strong or tough. He fighting, he representing me. He ain't representing you. He ain't representing you. Black Republicans who now call yourself black conservatives. Look up Southern conservatism. Look it up. American conservatism, Southern conservatism. Look what it was doing. That's who kept us, our forefathers, in chains, and that's who's doing it right now. Black Republicans. I get it. You want to vote party line because of identity politics. You want to identify with the Republican Party. I'm going to identify with him, even though I don't understand what he said. He got good policies. What about the first time he was in? Barack Obama, a black man, but you don't really care about that. You don't want to identify with that. That was a brother who helped, who brought us from the brink of a worldwide financial crisis. You understand that, black Republicans? I just want to know what's your answer. Let me wrap this up. And, hit that subscribe and the notification button. All right, we good?